Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry it's been so long, for those of you who care. Anyways, my last video was about the running boards, doing the covers on that, and that seemed to work. They're still stuck on there the way they should be, which is great. Since then I've got all the chrome on the car, I've got all the glass in. Some of that was kind of painful, but I got it done. I had to recut a couple pieces, or get a couple pieces recut. But anyhow, it's all in. And I've been working on the interior. So I'll give you a tour of the interior, and then in this video I'm going to show you how to make a no-sew door panel, which is what it is, just a vinyl covered panel, two-tone, and I didn't use a sewing machine. I just used what I had, which was basically glue, staples, and vinyl. So stick around and I'll show you how I did it. So this is the driver's side rear panel, and it's made of basically hardboard, which is 1/8 inch. I traced out bits of paper and taped them together to make the pattern. And you'll see here, this is what goes in behind my toolbox. So that's going to be just glued directly to it. There's not going to be any foam on here. My little notes that I leave for myself. Anyway, so that is sort of step one. Okay, so I have my board here, which is for my panel. 1/8 inch hardboard. I'm going to use these little strips of the same stuff that I just sliced off to get a nice clean line between the black and what's going to be whatever, yellowy, whatever color, beige, there we go. And this is my line. Below this is going to be black, above this is going to be beige. Tools I'm using is a knife, blade, 2 cheap glue guns, cheap tacky spray, 1/8 inch foam, and of course vinyl. First thing I did was I cut a piece of vinyl, which is way too big because I got lots of it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, first thing is to glue. Lots over there. Lots over there. Glue this. Alright, so I got that there. If I put that there, that gets me a nice edge. So the next step is to glue it where I want it. There it is, stuck in place. Next thing I've got to do is I've got to get a piece of foam to go here. So some guys question the use of this, just a little $10 high heat glue gun and dollar store glue sticks. So I'm going to glue hardboard to hardboard to show you that it sticks. I'm going to glue the underside of the vinyl to show you how it sticks, and then the top side of vinyl to show you how it sticks. So you'll see that it does actually stick together. Alright, first hardboard to hardboard. So I put that much on, squish it on. Doesn't take very long for it to set up, so I'll just leave that. Next I'll do the same with the vinyl backside. And then finally I'll do the same, move that out of the way, with the top side of the vinyl. The vinyl is not super clean, so let's hope it's clean enough. So I learned that this actually works quite well, because what I do when I make the panels is sometimes I screw up and I have to take it apart, and that's when I found out that this glue actually sticks really well, and it's like I say, relatively inexpensive compared to other glues out there, and easy to use. So you can say if I tear this off, you can see it's taken off some of the hardboard with it. So it's taking the first layer of hardboard with the vinyl, so it shows that it is sticking to the hardboard. I'll let that one sit up for a few more minutes. Same thing here, you can see it sticks to the outer layer of the hardboard, and that's the only thing glue's ever going to do anyways. Glue's not going to sink in. The other thing some guys use is staples. The problem with staples, you got to use the exact right length of staples, and even then, like with a staple gun, the staples just go down like that. They don't fold up like a staple does, so it's not going to do much better than that anyways. Finally we'll have a look at this. This actually sticks the best. Jeez. Again, took the hardboard off with it. It's my first time using this. I don't know if it'll work or not. We'll see. But anyways, I got this down. You got to push it up against the wood as much as you can, so you don't see a big ridge there. But theoretically, this is the same thickness as that, so it should fold over well. The other thing I'm going to do is I got a hole there for my seat belt. I'm going to take that and cut that out now, because I've found doing other ones of these, it makes it very difficult to do it after the fact. Of course, I'll do the same with the window handle there too. So, don't buy this, it's garbage. Garbage. Maybe it's not garbage, maybe I'm using it wrong, I don't know. Back to what I know will work. Glue gun. And just so you know, I've got two of them going here because this part heats up, and if you need more glue than that just got melted, you can go with the other gun. So now I'm going to trim up here. Okay, that's trimmed up. Glue down. Next step, fold this over and glue it down. I'll bring you back when I'm doing the other side. Okay, I got it flipped over now. I can trim off the excess here and we can start gluing it down. Using a knife because it's what I got. I leave lots of excess. If you leave lots of extra, you can always cut it off afterwards. So again, using the glue guns to fold this over and hold it in place. So doing corners, I've not had real good luck, but ideally you want to fold it up. You can't have excess, too much material there. So what I do is I fold it up, I glued that there, and I can see how much extra I have here. And if I cut this off, but don't go right to the edge, otherwise you'll see the board through it. I don't know how to explain it. If I had a good pair of scissors, I'd probably do this with scissors. I've got my scissors barely cut. Anyways, hard to say, but material goes all the way over the edge, so from the outside you'll see vinyl, but on the inside you don't have an excess of vinyl bunched up there. I'll try and show it better when I do the top part. Anyways, that's how it looks in the end. It's not bad. I got a few wrinkles, but I got a nice clean edge to go up against. Corners are all tucked in. Not bad. Okay, so I've got this piece glued to the top, and now basically I've got to fold that under and glue it to the base. So if I do it like this, I can sort of see where I'm going. I can feel the edge for the black. So theoretically, I just put glue under there, theoretically, and it should be good. Okay. Good. Let's hope this works, because this is the last of my vinyl. Ah, crap. Glue came through. That's fine. So I got up. As you can see, I got a nice clean edge between the black and the beige, whatever. So next I'm going to put foam on here, and yeah, I'll bring you back then. All right, padding is glued in. I am running out of glue sticks, so let's hope this works. Okay, now I'm going to try and do a corner and explain it a bit better about what I mean. So you don't want to just cut like that and fold it over, because then you will see the board through here. So I want to make sure that the vinyl covers all the way around the whole circumference. Whatever. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I wish I hadn't made that lump, but whatever. So now I know for sure I got coverage there. So I can be careful. Don't cut past here, which I probably will, of course, but and just trim up the rest of this so it doesn't leave a big lump. Right? So I want that piece there, but I don't want this piece here. Again, don't get too close to the edge. So I can now glue that there. And again, cover it all the way around the edge. It's not really that bunched up. Bunched up a bit here. I can just slice that and do that, or just clean that up afterwards. And then do the same thing along here. Get rid of what I don't need. Fold that over. And you got a nice corner without being bunched up. Bit more trimming up to do. Good to go. Well, here's the finished panel. Not perfect. I did run out of hot melt glue, so I had to resort to some staples. But now I'm just going to go see if it fits. Well, here it is in. Fits pretty good, I think. The black line matches up to the door. Anyways, that's the interior, pretty much done. I just got one more panel at the back to do. Anyhow, power windows in the front. I got all the carpeting in. Got to put the boot on the shifter. And I made my little, where the back seat would normally be. See if we can show you this. The back seat would normally be, I put a little toolbox type thing, full of garbage. Anyhow, I just got that panel to do, put the seats in, car's ready to go. Anyway, thanks for watching.